open this. And...
Hello, everybody. We're live and kind of on a smaller team to start with. Trinda is definitely joining us in a few minutes once her computer decides to comply with her. Yeah, and maybe even Sarah if she wakes up. If not, it's the three of us for today. And as we're now doing, we're going to edit, write, the stuff like that, and chat about writerly things or other completely unrelated things, because that happens a lot.
What?
And nobody minds. I've not gotten any complaints, so we're gonna keep doing it, basically. Yeah, so how's your Saturday so far, CJ? Seeing how you're barely awake.
Pretty good. I've been awake for about 2 hours. It's, you know, it's good. I have a lot of stuff to do today. My sister and I are going to go for a walk. There's a lake not far from us. It's there's a park, and it's a man-made lake, but it's really beautiful. And so we're going to go and take a walk there. And then I'm meeting with 2 new prospective piano students after that. And then Cassie and I are going to go shopping for my dad's birthday, which is Monday. So we're celebrating. Cool. Yeah, we're celebrating this weekend, and we have to go get him a present or presents. Yeah. So we're going to go buy him tools. I hope he doesn't watch this. Dad, if you're watching, you didn't hear that.
And I wasn't drinking water, and I didn't hear it. Clean it all up on my...
But yeah. So.
All I can think of right now is an electric chainsaw, like a portable one.
No, he shares, or maybe he does have one. I don't know. I think he shares one with my brother-in-law.
I've seen one, and it wasn't was it a movie or an anime? I've seen one recently. I don't remember, but there was this chick with a really cool chainsaw. Hi, ladies. Trinda, we're waiting for you. Oh, take your time getting here. And Claire is going to be with us in the comments, and I would like if everybody could encourage Claire to edit her freaking novella so that she can release it before she leaves for Europe. That would be ideal, because I need that in my life right now. Hey, Natalie. So yes, everybody, let's bully Claire into writing faster. Well, editing faster. It's fine. I'm sure you're going to win.
Keep talking. My cat is making strange sounds. I have to go check.
Yeah, go check it. I'll be here entertaining people. Trinda, just don't throw your laptop out the window, because that's not going to solve the problem, I hear. And Claire, I know you're working on it, but I'm just trying to make sure you get the proper dose of shame and peer pressure. That's all. I still love you. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're going to be fine. It's all good.
You still want to contemplate blueberry pancakes?
So, yeah.
So it turns out it wasn't my cat. Cassie walked behind me, and I didn't even notice. So it was her making noise in the kitchen.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Yep. I'll make a repeat order to deliver proper levels of shame to you every day. I can definitely do that. So what's everyone working on today?
Well, I'm still working on my
cereal.
Yay, that's good. It has 7 scenes outlined for the first installment, and I've got 3.5 done.
Oh, that's good.
I've got 3.5 to go. So, and I just have to get them done. I think if I can get them done this week, I can edit it next week and get it ready to post on my website. I'm really excited. I'm getting really excited about it, because it's like
reality.
I totally
get that. Yes, you're working on the novella.
Good job, Claire.
If you would have written anything else, I would have just gone to like London or wherever you're going first and wait for you in the airport just to kick your ass. Like, seriously, no. No. I am editing. I'm actually editing. I'm still editing The Fall of Darkness. Weird. Like, I really thought after that whole last day of edits with The Breaking of Bonds, where I spent like 8-9 hours editing, and then another one formatting, I thought I'd need a break, but I dove right into The Fall of Darkness, and depending on how today goes, I will or will not get to the part where I'll cry on stream while I edit, and hopefully that's going to happen in private and not on stream. But I'm not sure anymore. Like, I'm not sure. It might just be. I mean, I remember what's supposed to happen, and nothing is without its tear-jerking moments in this first part of the book or the second one. Like,
okay,
it's all downhill, like all downhill. Nothing good. So and it's 3 of us editing today. We'll find out what Trinda's working on when she gets online, and yeah. We'll see how it goes. To be fair, mine is more like a rewrite/edit than a simple edit. Let's be fair. Because I haven't opened this document in the past 3 to 4 years. Until this week. But it's cool.
It's fine.
It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's going to be fine.
I want you to know, every time somebody, like anybody I interact with, either online or in real life, says that, like, I automatically think of you, and I'm like, it's fine, you're fine, it's all fine. And they look at me like I don't understand why that's so funny, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness,
Let
it's
me
a long
share
story.
someone with you.
Yes. To be fair, it's something that started with Claire and I deciding to do a stream. And it started as a joke, and then we took it seriously. And we did that with a lot of things. We did that with writing 20 books this year. Well, publishing 20 books this year. Writing most of them too. Then we did that with the stream, which was like, oh, it would be so fun if we did a Descent into Madness stream, and then, oh yeah, let's do it, and we did that. And then we did it with the 10K days where we never made it, but we still did it. And then we did it with like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to just stream like almost every day in May so that we make up for our camp, and then we did it. So everything starts with a joke or something said jokingly, and then we take it too seriously, and it happens. And when you do this, you realize, A, you're insane, and Claire, yes, that's right, everything's fine. And then you start to delude yourself into a sense of safety by saying it's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine, everything's going to be fine. And then slowly that becomes like, like your safety blanket.
Yeah.
If you think of toddlers with their blanket or their favorite toy, that's this expression for us.
It's an affirming mantra.
Yeah. It pretty much is.
You could say it while you're meditating. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine.
I cannot think of this while I'm meditating, because that fucks up with my entire meditative state. Like, no. If I start going into the books and the warna, no, that's not a good idea. Oh yeah, Natalie, you're responsible for that. Like, Natalie had an idea on a stream that we should like co-write a project together. And
that would be so cool.
We were like totally into it, and then we decided we'll do it for Christmas, because none of us had an idea for what to do for Christmas as a release. And then we were like, oh, this will be definitely the one project we get out on time, because we're both working on it. And last week, I think, or this week, I don't remember. Claire, was it this week? Yeah, it was this week on Tuesday. We actually had a planning session after our stream. So we've got a basic outline for this standalone Christmas novel that's probably going to be a minimum 3-book series.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, should be fun. Should be fun on Tuesday, yeah. So, yeah, gentle force of persuasion. That's exactly how we're going to frame it, Natalie. And by the way, by maybe a series, I mean that we know it's a series of at least 3 books. We just don't know if it will be longer than that. Oh God. I swear to God, we were going to start with a one-off, like a book, but then we started talking, and then things happened, and yeah.
That's how these things always start. It always starts with a simple conversation.
Yeah, or a joke on the internet, and then some people take it seriously. Claire, we should be very ashamed of ourselves. Or not. I mean, we're writing books. What the hell?
So. Yeah, I think it's important to stretch yourself, and some of the best ideas come from jokes, and like you're like, oh, this would be silly to think about, but when you start to work on it, I mean, that's how a lot of what's the word I'm looking for?
I'm here. I've appeared.
She made it. She defeated the boss.
Oh my God. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. It's so slow. Doesn't like losing power, and I didn't charge it last night. So that's not my fault. And then it refused to start this morning.
Of course.
Makes perfect sense.
It's rebelling against me. Doesn't like how I treat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my own fault. I should have known better than to treat it that way.
Wow. You're talking like an abuse victim right now. It's like your laptop is abusing you and you're making excuses for it. Like, seriously.
I was mean to it. I deserved it. I should have plugged it in.
Oh, so not right.
Oh, God. Yeah, speaking of jokes and good things coming from jokes, we actually laughed our way through that planning session. So it was like 90% laughing and 10% writing notes.
That's excellent.
And I think our planning strategy was, what's the most ridiculous thing we can write into this?
I mean, that's not a bad plan most of the time, right?
It's not.
No. And all we know about it is that it's going to be a paranormal, urban fantasy something, mystery something.
Well, you know, that's something to start with. It's better than nothing.
Oh, no, we have a basic plot and stuff.
There you go.
But
see, you're fine.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm so keen too. I can't wait to write it because it's so ridiculous.
I think those are the best.
Yeah.
Those are always the best.
I think so too. And I'm the most excited about it. Like, I'm pretty sure that will be the one book that gets done on time.
None of my things are done on time. I would love to have something done on time.
Natalie, it's no problem if you want to point it at the wall, but if you want to point it at the wall, you can just use your avatar and just not start the camera and have just the sound, and that's fine. But I think you'll get comfortable with it in the end and just, you know, face the camera eventually.
I'll be really honest, I'm not wild about being on camera, but I've gotten used to it by virtue of ignoring the fact that I'm on camera and focusing on the other people being on camera.
Yeah.
That makes it a lot easier, just not thinking about it.
Yep.
What am I doing?
Yep.
And then, like in my case, after I started saying the first ridiculous things on streams, like, I was fine.
Yeah, when you say some weird stuff, it just kind of goes out the window eventually. Be like, yeah, this is my life now.
That's my life now. And I mean, I do stream on Fridays at 3 a.m. If people expect me to be coherent and not weird as fuck, they just have another thing coming. I'm sorry.
I feel like at that time they should understand what they're getting into anyways. So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're prepared for it.
If they're not, that's their problem, not mine.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I've been streaming for so long, they should know I'm insane by now.
That should just come with the territory.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's just a given, right?
Yes. Trinda, what are you working on today?
I am working on getting transcripts of my videos up on my website and on the actual videos. And then typing up short stories, I guess.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
And odds and ends, sort of, is what I'm up to.
It's called admin.
Admin, yeah. Doing some admin work that needs to get done. But then it's done, so it's, you know, one-time thing.
I know. Yeah. I did steal that from Claire, because she's the one who first used admin, and then I thought it's so much better to say admin than, oh, I just fucked around with tags on videos and posted stuff on my website and tinkered with blurbs and did a lot of author stuff that do not result in words.
Yeah. I got direct book links working recently, so I'm super proud of the useless admin junk I've done recently.
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day, like, I always feel that when I do a lot of admin, if I do not keep track of what I'm doing, I get at the end of the day and I'm like, oh, I did nothing today. I achieved nothing. What the heck did I do all day? So, because it's just so many small tasks.
Has having a bullet journal helped with that?
That's not what I'm using it for, though. But it's been, I'm using it for social media, for writing, editing, and publishing. So it's kind of helping with the publishing bit, because then I see the published books. And I'm like, okay, so I spent so much time editing and formatting and whatever, but look, these are all the books that went out. But I use Google Calendar for other tasks that I have to do on a certain day, like take X books from Kindle Unlimited because I'm going wide, or things like that. Nowhere in my bullet journal do I track how many times I refresh all the dashboards to check my sales. And I'm pretty sure that takes like at least half an hour of my time, because there are so many and I refresh them so often. You have a shitty admin list of stuff to go through, Claire. That's great how you put it.
Yeah, that's basically what this is.
Natalie, that's the problem we have, because usually we have to remind ourselves we should wrap up for today. Especially with Claire, because it's just the two of us most days when we stream, because it's at such a ridiculous hour for most people. So we just get to talking, and it's like chatting with friends. So you forget that you've been like, oh, you've been on for 3 hours. Great. Maybe we should wrap it up soon.
Yeah, it's really easy to get going on a tangent and then be like, oh, that was an hour long that we talked about that.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. So do you want to start the first 15-minute sprint at 25 past?
I think so.
Sure.
Cool.
That.
We're going to do that. I'm going to start my timer thingy just to have it ready. There we go.
Woohoo! We're all prepared.
Oh,
We're all prepared, yeah. What are you crocheting? Because I'm assuming that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I am. I'm making a steering wheel cover for my car.
Nice!
The interior of my car is all black leather.
Mm-hmm.
And so, particularly in the summer, it gets very
super hot,
very warm.
Yeah.
So I made shortly after I got the car, 3 or 4 years ago, I made a steering wheel cover, and so I have a manual transmission.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a cover because the gear shifts top of the gear shift is metal. It's
okay.
So that gets very warm as well.
Yeah. That gets burning hot, I imagine.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So and so I made a cover for that, and I made a steering wheel cover. But I made them with cotton yarn, and hang on, sirens. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't know how loud they are on the stream, but they're very loud here. So what was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
You were talking about the cover.
Yeah, I made them out of cotton yarn. Well, cotton deteriorates really quickly in the sun. And so even when it wasn't cold outside, or when it wasn't hot outside, it was still like, they just deteriorated very quickly. So, yeah, I need to replace them. So I'm using acrylic yarn this time.
And is that better?
I hope so.
Okay, cool.
That's my theory. This is my hypothesis, that it will last longer, at least until the car dies. That's my goal.
Oh,
Which,
okay.
you know, could be tomorrow. It's a 20-year-old car.
It's a beater.
It is a beater, but you know what? It runs really nicely. To be fair, so the body of the car is 20 some years old. The engine is actually only it's got to be more than that now. It's going to be 6 or 7 years old, maybe 10. So the engine itself will probably last far longer than the rest of the car. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Like I mean, I would not replace something just because I want to. Like if it's working, why not? Like,
and
I'm still like two generations behind my phone. Like, it's fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. It's working.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that if it continues to, I just need it to get me from point A to point B. Yeah. And as long as it continues to do that without putting me in danger, I don't care that it's a rust bucket. Okay, it's not completely a rust bucket yet.
Okay,
it's 25.
We need to write. Edit, whatever. 15 minutes. Sprint starting now. Go, go, go.
Do all of the things. Don't do this to me. Oh.
And that's time.
And my foot's asleep.
That's perfect. Hi, Jesse.
Where's my phone?
I have an easy day at work, Amber. Thanks for stopping by the way. I got like about 1,500 to 2,000 words edited, which is not that bad. So I'm happy. Hey, Michael.
Hello, Jess and Michael.
Aw. Claire got distracted.
I think
Claire,
that's a good thing to get distracted by, though.
No, don't. No distractions. Edit that novella. I want it. Nice going, Natalie. See, Claire, this is how you do it. You edit.
Well, I just realized that something I had planned to do, it's not going to work.
Oh, God.
So I'm going to
Scratch
have to figure out. Yeah.
Scratch that bit and rethink it. What's not working?
So these kids in the story, they're trying to get cross country to find some family that they aren't sure is their family. Anyway, they're trying to get around the system. And so I was going to have them take the Amtrak and go, but it turns out that it costs about $100 a head to take the Amtrak from Chicago to Philadelphia, and they have to get to Maine. which is where they're headed. And it's just like, that's not
too much. What about the bus? Would the bus be cheaper?
It would be, but the bus would take, let me see how long it would take, because there's a time restriction. I mean, like, I just got to figure out what's the most logical way for them to do this. Because there's 4 kids, and the 2 older ones are in their teens, but the 2 younger ones are, I think they're 10 and 11 or something like that.
Claire asks if they can sneak on and hide, like sneak on the train.
I think I don't think they can. Like, I think there's too many of them to do that. There's, like I said, there's 4 of them. And at least as far as my research shows, I don't think the train is going to be the best option.
Yeah, no.
They're not going to be able to, they're not going to be able to hitchhike.
Yeah, that would.
There's too many of them.
Also, it would look kind of strange, and police would get involved sooner rather than later.
And they want to avoid any kind of authority.
Yeah, no, I'd say try the bus. Try the bus, or maybe a sort of a truck. Maybe if they know someone who's a truck driver.
And see, I don't.
That's heading that way.
They don't. Okay, so.
Yeah, I think buses will be your only option. Good one, Natalie. TJ, in case you didn't see the comment, your vaping is inspiring.
Oh, sorry.
No, it worked for the scene. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Michael. 4 kids, 2 of them very young. Hitchhiking would draw a lot of attention fast.
Yeah.
Especially for a long trip.
In theory, like, stealing a car would be probably the most effective, but these kids do not know how to steal a car. Like, they don't have that kind of they don't have that kind of background.
Yeah.
Or do they?
No, they really don't. They're pretty sheltered.
Yeah, they wouldn't know how to. Seeing how they're sheltered, so maybe most of their experience is based on TV, they'd go for a bus.
Yeah, I feel like you.
That's what you see most often.
It's kind of where.
Yeah, I don't think they can go cross country on bikes.
They could, but it would take them.
Take them forever.
Like the Amtrak. The Amtrak train takes 20 hours to get. Oh, if somebody conveniently left their keys in a car. See, but that's got to be. That's a spur of the moment kind of thing.
Yeah,
and
it is a planned thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would take them like weeks to get there on bikes with smaller children.
Oh, at least.
What if they hitchhike?
Probably more like. Well, and hitchhiking sounds really like that would be, and if this was set in like the 70s, I think it would be doable.
It would work, yeah. But right now, call to the police immediately. 4 kids alone with smaller kids, everyone would call the police.
Yeah, it'd be weird.
Yeah, that's what I said to Claire, but they'd have to know the trucker and know where he was going, so.
Right. And like they know where they're going, but they have to, and they're in the foster system, so there's going to be, at least for some of them, like the way, anyway, they're just so they could take the bus to, let's see if they can take the bus to Sedgwick.
Yeah, like you could take the bus somewhere and then like go the rest on bike or foot or something.
Yeah.
Maybe. You do combo it.
I'm about to the point where I'm just going to have them
steal a horse.
Steal a horse. I don't think all 4 of them could fit on a horse. They'd have to steal at least 2.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay.
Or a cow.
A cow.
Can you imagine just driving down the road and you just see like 2 cows with 4 kids on it? It's like, what the hell? Where did I come to? Where am I? That'd be weird.
Well, and I think, Natalie, like, that's part of my problem is I am not as imaginative as those children are. So, like...
Also, it depends. I mean, if there's kids, if this is kids who grew up in the foster care system, then they get imaginative. If they were sheltered and just now gotten there, they'd be scared out of their minds and they wouldn't have developed the skills needed to just get out of the foster home and run.
They've been in foster care for 2 years and they were really sheltered before that. And the older 2 are much more, like if it was just the older 2, they would be fine. They would hitchhike or they would steal a car. They would figure out how to do it. But they have these 2 younger siblings that they have to take with, like they are determined to take with them.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of the key in the ignition.
What if it was like at a gas station? Someone like ran in to get something quick and they left their like car doors open and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, wouldn't the police get involved? Like,
yeah, like if you get a car, you're gonna attract attention, and I feel like the older kids might know that.
Yeah, as sheltered as they are, they're pretty.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're running in the foster care system, you'd probably be a little suspicious of authority figures.
Oh,
if
absolutely.
you were in there for 2 years and then running away, just in general.
Yeah.
Like probably doctors too. You'd be like,
right. And the way I've set this up, like the kids could. It's okay if it. Here's my thing. It's okay if it goes wrong, because they could contact these family members that they're trying to get to. They could just contact them and work through the system. But the oldest child she's just very anti. She doesn't want to involve anybody else. She's afraid that they won't want to keep the kids, that it'll be better if they just show up. And she's determined that they're not going to go through the system. So it's okay if it goes wrong, but I need them to get at least most of the way there before anything goes wrong. So I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, if it were me, I'd go for the most anonymous and cheapest way of transportation ever. That's what I go for.
Yeah.
Here, that would be like the slowest of trains. That's super cheap.
Right. And here, this is the problem,
and they're also going for cheap probably too.
Yeah, because they don't have any money. And so like one of my thoughts was, well, they could steal the credit card of one of their foster parents and use that. But
locked soon, and they'd be able to track them.
Yeah. And
unless they used it to pull out a bunch of money from an ATM and then use cash the rest of the way.
Yeah, that would help.
That would be possible. Now then the question is, okay. I love Google so much.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, an older kid would probably know that they track, because it's pretty clear in TV that they track credit cards and stuff. So they'd probably be like, just go to an ATM in like a convenience store and pull out like $500 and you're on your way. If you're thinking of running away from home, don't use this as an example.
No, do not use this as an example.
Don't run away from home.
Yes,
talk to somebody first. That's usually talk to somebody first before you run away from home.
Great.
Speaking of running away from home, when I was really young, I had like a small, like a kerchief of sorts, like a really old thing that I had like wrapped together, and I had in it some chocolate, an orange, and some toys. And then I had like a metal bar that would go through it, so I can hold it
like a hobo stick.
Yeah, exactly. And I wanted to run away to India, of all places. I have no idea why. I don't know why India was a good idea for me back then, probably because all we saw on TV were Indian movies. But yeah, that was my plan. And I had that stash that whenever my parents upset me, I was just going through it and adding some toys and stuff and goodies and crying and saying like, I'm going to live to India and running away from home to India. And then like after a year, I ran into this, and the chocolate was still good. And what's more interesting, the orange was still good.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I ate them. This was, by the way, this was a time where chocolate was hard to find, and the one you found was bad anyway. And you only got tangerines and oranges and bananas on Christmas. That was the only time you found them. Yeah. So I was really happy. That was so good.
Okay, that'd been nice.
And then when we were older, we were just like here outside. There was this parking lot. Now it's a garden for a house, whatever. And we started digging into it, and we decided we wanted to dig a hole to the other side of the world. And then we decided that would take too much time and too much work. And then we decided, no, we'll just dig up until the other side of the city, so we have a tunnel. And then we decided that would take too much work, so we decided we'd just dig up this underground headquarters under the parking lot and have rooms for everyone in there. I should say that we were digging every day for a few days. Our hole never got deeper. Just wider. Not sure why. Probably because we were just using some sticks in our hands. So it was easier to make it a wide hole that no one would fit into. And just get progressively less ambitious.
Oh my goodness.
It's hard work digging holes, okay?
Yeah, and we were going to go to the other side of the world, and we decided that the other side of the world would be China for some reason.
Sure.
That's not even the other side of the world for you guys.
No, it's not, but it doesn't matter. So, because then we discovered that the actual core of the Earth is super hot and we die. So that's why we decided to just, run along to one side of the city and just, dig until there. And then we decided it would take forever. We'll probably die digging that hole. So we decided on the private bunker under the parking lot. And then we gave up on the third day, I think.
That is delightful.
Oh, yeah, kids are weird.
But we were so determined for a few days, like all of us meeting up, and that's all we did outside. Dig a hole. That never got
Kids
anything.
are so amazingly ridiculous. Like they are. They're just
Just do things.
Oh,
the
God.
things that you decide are important as a child are just
Yeah, they're weird.
Strange.
amazing. Like the things you come up with and your perspective, like children's perspective of the world
It's so weird.
is so weird. So very weird. All right. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
No.
Oh, well.
The adults didn't care much because we were just sitting there quietly and not
Yeah, they're not.
getting
You're
into
not bothering
trouble,
the adults.
which was rare. So yeah,
Peace and quiet.
it was very relaxed growing up until the revolution because there were hardly any cars. We just played in the street. There wasn't. I mean, all of us had our key around our necks. And pretty much everybody looked out for everyone else's kids, and it was fun. But yeah, super relaxed. Kind of, nobody had any kind of fear. I think it was because we had no concept of danger because none of it was advertised.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even if there were cases of attacks on kids and stuff like that, you never saw it. No one talked about it. The only case they talked about during the communist era that was quite dangerous was a serial rapist and killer.
Oh wow! Really?
And they had to talk about it. Yeah,
that's crazy.
But usually, I mean, they talked about thieves being caught and stuff like that, but you didn't really have a sense of danger or things that could happen to you, or not so much. Okay, should we start another one on the hour?
Sure.
For me? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, just telling you guys, we're starting in a minute. So yeah, it was we lived in a wonderful world. On paper, it was an utopia. That's communism. Okay, let's write for 15 minutes. Well, edit. Well, whatever.
Whatever you're doing.
Yeah, whatever you're doing, do that for 15 minutes. And that's time. How did everyone do?
Not horrible. I got a few videos done, uploaded, pages updated. Oh,
Nice. I got like another 1,000 words or so rewritten.
I think I fixed my problem.
Oh, nice.
okay.
Although current US law makes it very difficult. I'm just throwing this out here.
Okay. Nice going, Michael, and great
Making my
climb.
life very difficult. So in the US, you can get your own credit card under the age of 17 if you have a steady job.
Okay.
So she wouldn't have to commit identity theft. So I just have to.
Nice going, Natalie.
Nice. So I think they can just hop on the bus that way.
How does the rules?
Oh, go ahead.
How does it work with minors on buses? Because I know that I think here you're not allowed to travel without an accompanying guardian or something.
Yeah, here the rule is over 11 years old, you're fine. And since I think they can get around that, because one of the girls is 17 and one of the girls is 16. So since they're traveling, the four of them are traveling together, I think they'll be able to get around that without.
Yeah, because they have older siblings and nobody would question them.
Right. Yeah. And my experience traveling on the bus is that
no one cares anyways.
They don't really do a lot of checking, especially in that kind of situation where you have two older kids traveling with two younger kids. And the older kids are like clearly responsible enough to take care of them. So I think, thank you for the bus option. I think that's going to be my best.
Awesome.
That's good.
And as I was looking through, I really appreciate all you guys in the comments making suggestions, because that's been really helpful. But yeah, I was thinking somebody was talking about, Natalie was talking about you'd walk through the red light district every day.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Like when I was growing up, there was like all of these options for, like, I could have disappeared very easily and gone cross country to, I have aunts who live in California. I could have gone to visit them without too much effort, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't have been that difficult. Yeah, nobody would have really questioned it, and I could have gone without. Obviously, my parents would have noticed that I didn't come home from school or whatever, but anyway.
Yeah, it was easier.
Yeah.
Less scrutiny, I assume.
Yes.
And
I think I can get around, like they're going to have to be doing some lying, but they were going to have to do that anyway. So
what?
I know. Lying children.
What?
Oh. To be fair, I enjoy small children lying because they're so bad at it.
Yep.
So very bad at it. Oh, when Colin and Fiona were little, I can't remember how old they were. Colin would have been like maybe 4 and Fiona was 2.
Okay.
And I don't know, she may have been 3 and he could have been 5, but I mean, it was right in there. And I was babysitting them one night, and Colin had just gotten to the point where he was brushing his teeth on his own. And they were supposed to be going to bed, and I was helping Fiona brush her teeth, and Colin said, "Oh, I already brushed mine." And I was like, "Really?" And I felt his toothbrush, and it was completely, I'm like, "Your toothbrush is dry." And he's like, "Yes, it dries very quickly." No, it doesn't.
That's so good.
So he went in and ran water over his toothbrush. And I was like, okay, let me smell your breath. And he's like, and I'm like, oh, dear God, your breath smells so bad. Go brush your teeth. He's like, I did. I'm like, no.
No.
Oh,
God.
But they have no, like, children really don't have any concept of logic. Yeah. Like, they just don't at all. Like, especially children that young. They're just.
Yeah, they're funny.
Yeah, no, they're absolutely amazing.
Yep, that's what I found too, Natalie. So I think because one of the girls is 17, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, I think it might be just so.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them is already 17 and the other one can pass as 17 as well.
Yeah.
I assume.
So, yay, we fixed my problem.
Yay!
It did mean that I lost like 700 words.
It's all good.
But it's okay because it's better this way.
Yeah, that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. You had to fix a problem.
Yeah. And it's better that I catch it now than like try and fix it and edit.
Yeah, exactly. After you've written a whole bunch around it.
Right.
Okay. Now can you let me be?
No.
No, everyone needs love.
Oh my God. He's got those, typical puppy dog eyes. That's it? You're not petting me anymore? Why are you so mean?
You're a horrible person if you're not petting him every minute of the day or feeding him. Food and pets. That's what they need.
We got a question. What kind of hobbies do your characters have? To anybody?
So
you go ahead and I'll reply after that.
One of my kids, he's an artist. He loves to draw. One of them, he doesn't really have hobbies, but he gets obsessed about things. So, like right now, he's obsessed with magic tricks, like cards, magic tricks, which he's absolutely horrible at.
That's even better.
Yeah, he doesn't understand sleight of hand. He doesn't understand misdirection at all. One of mine, her hobby is gardening. She loves to garden. So one of them, her hobby is finding ways to escape from the foster system.
Yeah.
As you do.
As you do, yes.
Well, I'm writing the third book in a vampire series, and it's hard to say what hobbies they have. Like one of my characters, her newfound hobby is to just she decided to just picking up random guys or trying to go for whoever she finds more attractive every night. Is kind of boring, so she's now singling out the most impossible guy to get in whatever bar or club she is in, and she goes for him for sports because reasons. The other one, his main hobby throughout all this was scheming and plotting and getting his own way, and now things have changed, the tables have turned, and I don't think he even has time for a hobby because he's got so much feels. Let me think.
His feels are his hobby.
Hesra is busy. She's busy. She's just in a kind of new relationship, so that's everything she's got time for after her inner sanctum duties. I mean, they're all kind of employed somehow in the vampire world, and it's pretty taxing work. But yeah, I'm finding it super fun. And the other one, I think his hobby now is brooding. Because he's been an idiot, so he deserves it. Yeah, I think that's his hobby, brooding. Just walking through the woods and brooding all day long.
Giving the stink eye to people all day. I mean, that's a pretty good hobby, I think.
Yeah, just to be clear, the way this whole thing started was that the girl goes through a really bad breakup and she decides to go to Malta to write a book, and the book she wants to write is a book about vampires.
Nice.
She's the kind of person who never took vampires seriously. I mean, to her it's just a cool mythos to write in, and she enjoys it, and then she discovers, oh shit. Wait, no.
In over your head.
Oh, Claire, yeah, that's true. I know of a very important other hobby that you didn't mention about your main character, and that is staring at Adam's shirtless chest whenever she gets a chance. That's a hobby right now. That's definitely a hobby, because she's always complaining. Like in her head, you hear her complain that she never gets a chance to properly ogle him. So it's definitely that.
Ogling a shirtless man.
Just one particular one, right?
Yeah, I mean,
not just random.
Just the one.
Just the one.
I mean, maybe two if we count her. I can't say that. Yeah, actually, I think she has a thing for hot men. Like, I don't know. Don't ask me questions that are spoilery.
Okay, we will not ask any more spoilery questions.
But to be fair, she kinda decides Adam is gorgeous from book one, and she never stops thinking that. And it's not like she decides it. It's like, it's like, oh, Van Gogh, brilliant painter. It's the same. Oh, Adam, hot guy.
It just goes
it's
with
more
that
of
same kind of thing.
a state of being than anything else. I don't think there's anyone alive.
He's objectively hot.
Yes. I don't think there's anyone alive who would disagree with her. I honestly don't think so.
I think for my characters, for the most part, they're pretty busy making sure humanity doesn't implode, so that's most of their hobbies.
Yeah, I mean, in a post-apocalyptic world, you don't have time for hobbies.
Nah,
like, definitely not.
For hobbies. I do have a character pre-apocalypse, and he is obsessed with old swords because he's from ancient Celtic area, time area, whatever that word is. Words. So he's got thing with swords. That's a hobby.
Yeah, true.
Before the apocalypse, people have hobbies. So you don't have hobbies in the apocalypse, though, unless you're crazy. Then you've got crazy hobbies, like collecting skulls from people you've killed or stuff like that.
Oh God, I remember that.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Oh God, I remember reading that.
Cannibals and stuff, that's a thing. Yeah, only the
God.
crazy people are the ones with hobbies in the end of the world. Just remember that.
Or those who are in such deep denial that they haven't realized it's the end of the world.
Right.
Yeah, or they're cleaning their dirty
inside.
They're cleaning their radiation-filled house over and over again. Stay away from those people.
Avoid at all costs.
Yeah, they're bad
by the way,
in the world.
We're starting another one in a minute.
Okay.
And it will be the third and final one of the day because, that's
go.
how time works.
Yeah.
That's how time works.
Yeah. I mean, it's easier to comprehend how time works than to form words at times, because words are hard, like I always say.
Words are hard, yeah. Time is hard too. Time is weird. It's all wibbly.
Yeah.
Yep.
But words are harder.
Words are very hard. Okay, I think we're starting now. Right?
Oh yeah, let's go. Right.
Let's go.
Right, people.
Good luck, everybody.
And that's time.
Ooh.
I got like another 1,000 words, so I'm happy.
That's pretty good.
In theory, at chapter 4.
Just finish.
Which works okay. Oh, how did everyone do?
Not bad. I got something done that's not on my list of videos I had to do.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why it's not on this list, because it should be, but... Sure. We'll go with it.
I got 837 words.
Oh, that's nice.
So I've almost completely made up for all the stuff I had to delete.
Nice.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, everybody did so great this time.
Nice.
I'm so proud of all of you.
Excellent.
Also, I was just, the last bit I was going through is, surprisingly, I discovered I missed Anthony and wanted to see him. And I'm like, that's exactly how I felt. That's why I kept editing. Anthony is the villain of the story. Did I mention that in the first 2 books? He's the villain of the story?
No.
No.
Yes.
Falling in love with villains is never a good thing. They're bad.
Oh, that's not what's happening. I mean, in my case, it is, because I'm totally in love with him as a character. Well, yes, and no, I mean, it's weird. It's a weird situation. I can't wait for everybody to read it. And then I know everybody will hate me. It's fine. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I've learned this from Claire. It's perfectly fine for your readers to hate you for an ending or something you do in a book. I know that after finishing her 9th book in the Charlie Davis Mysteries series, the only reason I kept talking to her is that we had a stream the next day. No, it's not true. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah.
No one hates her. No one hates you, Claire. They just severely dislike you when bad endings come around. We'll be okay.
It's all good.
I'm glad you're alive, Sarah.
Yeah, it's good to know you're not dead.
Oh my god. We're so nice. I mean, like, no, Sarah,
we're glad you slept.
We're glad you're rested, well rested, and that. Hey Claire, it's not just me. I'm not the only one who's upset about that ending, and I don't hate you. True, nobody hates you, but a lot of people are upset.
This is an intervention.
No, it's not. The only intervention I'm going to make is to get a whip and then beat Claire into writing more, I think. Because I have quite a wait until the next book in the Charlie Davis series. So, yeah.
It's a practice in patience.
I'm not a patient person. Did I mention that?
That's why you have to practice.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been trying to practice since I was like born, and it's never getting better. Lol, it's good. It's good. It's so good that your cat awoke you.
Don't worry, Sarah. I have that problem too.
Yeah.
Cats will make sure that you're up on time. And
or at least that you wake up at some. I think they're just checking to see if you're dead, so that if you are, they can start eating you.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%.
I'm so glad that my chair blocks my dog now, because you can guess he's now sleeping in his favorite perfectly exposed position. But he's no longer on camera with his balls and everything. God damn.
Oh, he's so funny.
By the way, I've been watching some Netflix originals and series and whatever, and I said, okay, let's go with anime. Like, everything ends badly. Everything ends badly. Like, or it's just that sort of a happy for now where nobody's really happy, and I'm like, no, why?
There's no such thing as happy endings anymore. Game of Thrones and series like that have ruined happy endings.
Game of
not
Thrones,
a concept we have anymore.
Game of Thrones ruined the books and all the material they had because they didn't know how to deal with it. But we won't talk about my opinions about Game of Thrones, the TV series, which opinion is that pretty much at the moment, when Georgie decided he's upset with them and doesn't want to be involved anymore, it went to shit. That's my opinion. But Jesus Christ, like you wait for an entire movie for something good to happen and then they all die in the end. Like what's the point? What's the point?
It sounds like the stuff I write.
Yeah, but all of them are like that. And I'm like, dude, I want some choices. I don't want either to have my soul crushed or watch rom-coms. Can there be something in the middle?
Yeah.
Like, and everything is so dark and twisted. Like, oh my God. No.
I like dark and twisted.
Yeah, but not just that. Like, at the point it's overload. You need some happiness in your life.
Right.
Well, that's what you've got the rest of the book for, isn't it? There's moments of happiness. What are you talking about?
What, before everything goes to shit?
Yeah. Between those moments when everything's going to shit.
To be fair, tragic stories do tend to stay with me longer.
Exactly. See, no one remembers the good stories, ever remembers the bad stuff. It's the same with breakups. No one ever remembers the good stuff. You always remember the worst fights and stuff.
That's true.
You make people unhappy with your ending, and they'll never forget your book.
Naturally, the challenge is not to write a mass murderer antagonist. The challenge is to make the protagonist a mass murderer. And make him likable, and then just continue the story and see what people have to say.
Oh man, that'd be a good story though. If you read through the whole book before you figured out that it was he was the mass murderer.
Oh no! It's not like you're looking for a mass murderer. You just trail along, and at some point he kills a bunch of people.
That's what I mean. If you're just living some guy's life and you don't realize that that's what's going on, that people are dying, and then you figure it out at the end of the book.
No. It's not like something it's not something that's happening constantly. That's the whole spiel. There's no warning for that. There's just no warning. I mean, there kind of is because they're assholes, but yeah, no warning. But yeah. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up. So do you guys have anything to promote this week?
I'm pretty quiet this week. It's been pretty busy, so I don't have anything new really. Hopefully I will get a video up soon. I'm trying to do an update today, hopefully. I know I say that every single weekend.
I know. Just to prepare for the possibility of Trind uploading something. I'm going to stick you in the Claire Club.
Yeah, I'm in the Claire Club right now. One day I'll be back when my life isn't a complete shitstorm.
Yeah, anyway, just to prepare for that, go
subscribe to me, I guess. Eventually there'll be a video up.
Go subscribe to her channel. It's linked below. Claire, that wasn't something you were supposed to laugh at. It was something you were supposed to feel shame over. Like, oh God, never mind. It's fine.
We're non-uploading buddies. We're like, yeah, well, it's coming, guys. It's percolating. That's what we're going with.
By the way, I'm going to take credit for Claire's most consistent month in posting, which was this month because we streamed so much. I'm totally taking credit for that. So yeah, Trinda's stuff is in the description down below.
Yeah, I'll pop up eventually. I'll surface for her.
So I am going to have my author website up in June, along with the first installment of this serial I'm working on. You can also catch me on YouTube. I haven't posted anything new in a long while, but you can go back and look at my other videos. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, CJ Bloyer. That's pretty much it.
It's good that you mentioned all the stuff today. You could have skipped. I'm just too tired to button. Yeah, don't worry about it, Sarah. It's absolutely no problem. We'll be here next week as well, so it's good. I have some stuff to promote. First of all, Sky and Storm is still discounted at 99 cents on Amazon US and UK for another 2 days and change. So you should definitely grab a copy if you like alternate universe, medieval type gay romances. They're warriors. I mean, like handsome, twisted, dark, troubled warriors. So obviously they're great.
You can't go wrong with that combo.
Also, linked below is my Insta freebie giveaway for The Edge of Hope. You can claim a free book, or you could just download it from absolutely anywhere, because now it's free everywhere. So yeah, if you claim it on Insta freebie, you don't need to sign up for my newsletter, but you could if you wanted to. And tomorrow at 2 p.m. my time, which would make it 7 a.m. on the East Coast and 6 a.m. on Central time zones, there will be a new installment in the Genre Talk live stream with Nikki. Tomorrow we're talking urban and high fantasy. Last month we talked about urban fantasy and paranormal romance, so we'll continue our chat on genres, what works, what doesn't, what we like, what we don't like, what we watch, what we don't watch, and things like that. So I'll see you there, hopefully, if you're awake that early on a Sunday morning, which you won't be, but anyway.
If you're not, it'll be on YouTube.
Yes, it will be on YouTube post-fact, and yeah, that's about it. I'm done promoting. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I have no ending for that.
That was a good ending, I think. Good wrap up.
Yeah, that's the best wrap up. Oh yeah, we all know it's coming out in January. Remember, we expect copies of that if we send you the copy of our book. We made a deal with Natalie. Also, we did make a deal that we'll tell everyone who wants to complain about the book Claire and I are co-writing to go complain to Natalie, because she's responsible for it even existing. So it's all good. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I will see you very soon. Good luck to everyone with your writing and editing and all those fun stuff.
All your admin junk.
Oh yeah.
Yes, don't forget the admin
job list. Which oh shit, I was supposed to do a lot of admin stuff today and I didn't. Great.
Well, good luck to you too.
Yeah. No, I'm doing that tomorrow. I'm just too tired. I'm sorry. It's not happening. So yeah, I'll see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.